Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Back to throw. That's caught for the first. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give them a 1st down. They bring the tight end in motion. Working inside the red zone. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. The tip definitely broke up that throw. And now they face 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This throw is caught. He has the touchdown. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys drive their lead to 11. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. Pass play on 1st and 10. He's got it over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Blitz is there, and he goes down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
And in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion. That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
To throw here on 1st down. Makes the play working the sideline, but it takes him out right at the line. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. Gets this to Johnson. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from San Antonio. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Man in motion, headed right. Here's 2nd and 5. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. They'll try and throw it here. Complete out to the right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 21. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive.
I've not yet in my lifetime come across a defender who hasn't told me how great an offensive player they were back in the day. Oh, you should have seen me as a running back or wide receiver. Well, right there, that defender showed some of that background. A brilliant job of getting into the open field and setting his offense up for success.
Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. And with all their timeouts remaining, Brock, they may be able to put a little something together here before halftime. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing from the gun here. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down, ball at the 36. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got it. He loses the football. And it's picked up by the defense.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
This offense getting to take the field one more time in the half. And with a 2-score lead, partner, they've got the option to sit on that, or they could try something really aggressive to end the half. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes in the half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And in for the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes in the half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
They took a look just to be safe. You always appreciate that, but the call on the field stands. That one splits the uprights. And his guys cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the home team who are out in front. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. They go play action on first. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives them the first.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. They kick the running back in motion. From midfield now. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 3 on that game. And it sets up first down. They're throwing it. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. Offense to the line for second down. He'll look to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down from the red zone. It is Cup left side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They are throwing it again. Catch is made in close. Touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys push their lead to 3. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense getting set to go. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion left. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Connects with Johnson. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Plowing up the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They motion the tight end over. From midfield on 2nd down. Throw left side, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give them a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They motion a receiver left. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
2nd and 1. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
No gain on the play.
Back to throw now. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That's good for 7 yards. And they'll have 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 16. He's on the move. Steps up and he's running with it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys grab the lead on their first series of the half. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Returning it from the 4. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Catch made over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 36-yard line.
Simple dive up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's down to the 42-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be a 1st down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 37. Finds him on the slant. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
The 6-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 11. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. They have the ball and could use an early score. They trail to start the 4th. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Brought in right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hand off to the back. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the 1st.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. He gets another shot here. And they make a stop at the last minute. It's a game down to the 1. He gets a chunk of 4 yards, leaving them just a yard from the end zone. 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And it's caught. Touchdown! Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys push their lead to 3. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. Now outruns their offense to take over. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Motioning the tight end now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Dropping back to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Sending a receiver left. Pass play on 1st and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
And they take him down right along the 30. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Another carry for him. Still has room inside the 15. Is in. Touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys take a 4-point lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Man in motion here. From the 31. Finds his man over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Play action on 1st down. He throws a bullet deep to the... He's got it inside the 25. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he's in. Touchdown! So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Needs to go up by a field goal here in the fourth. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys push their lead to 3. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really being the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
Brings up second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
Finds him over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give him a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First and 10 from the 41.
Let's go. Go.
Blown back gets the handoff. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. Second and 6 coming up here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He finds Johnson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Airing it out to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That's an incredible sack, Kate, from them. It does more than just back them up a mile on second down. There's an immediate sense of desperation that comes from an offense. You can just feel it as a quarterback in the huddle. When you take a sack like that, now they got to dig themselves out of this hole.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Let's see what they went with on third down. He'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Big catch is made, and he got the feet in, too. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in San Antonio. These guys losing by 4. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Still sticking with the passing game. Complete over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running with it. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Got to hurry this to the line. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. Throw caught by his running back. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run the counter. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back to the well again. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back-to-back carries here. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Their punter making his way out now. And no doubt he wants to get his season started with a good one here. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Setting up to pass. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He'll look to throw it. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. One final shot here. Forced out to his right. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're one of the fortunate teams to begin the season with a 1-0 record. So far, so good to begin this new campaign. That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. What a game for our winners as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.